Well, Andre Agassi knocks off Yunus El-Anawi in 4 sets. Clearly Agassi's best performance of the week. 305 points in this match. For Agassi, only 22 unforced errors. But what are some of your concerns?
The odometer. The machine is 33 years old. You have to conserve energy. He's played only a few matches, and he already has 7 hours on court. And that's just in the first week. You're starting to put it into the next gear for the second week. I think that's a big concern for me.
Especially if you're on a collision course with, let's say, an Andy Roddick who's 13 years younger.
Yeah, and he's only played 5 hours on the court, same amount of matches. It's a total different ballgame because Andy Roddick can get out of points with that big serve, and Andre Agassi has to rally into his points.
For all the time that Agassi has spent on court, good thing he enjoys center court and the fans there.
Yeah, it's really uplifting. I mean, I enjoyed the energy of people appreciating a good match and getting into a good match. And you know, I've lived many years where it wasn't for me, it was against me. But you know, and I've played Yunus many times, and he's a very popular player. So I was going out there certainly expecting it to be a bit of both. But I felt like towards the end they were pretty appreciative of both of us and the standard of the play.
So for Agassi, from Yunus to Mark Philippoussis, he's one of the original big servers.
Yeah, big serve, 140 plus, and can do it into the corners. He had 33 aces today, 69 unforced errors, and so many times the guy couldn't get the ball back. One of the few times here, only 46 times, Susie, back into the court.
Yeah, Raddick's to panic in the 3rd round. And Philippoussis was on. 33 aces, 73 throughout the whole tournament.
And that big backhand, when you're playing good D with the offense, it's very hard to attack these guys. This is match point. As you can see, pushes it out, and Philippoussis is a dark horse moving forward.
And it's not all about his serve. Good grass court player. Philippoussis advances to the round of 16 for the 5th straight year. He said it's just a gutsy win. He reaches the round of 16 there, each of his last 5 appearances in that big-time serve. Robin Soderling, the youngest player left in the draw against the British hopeful Tim Henman.
Go, Jimmy! I can't get that English accent going, but Tim Henman had 81% of his returns in play. That's huge in grass court tennis.
Henman's had 2 matches, not really typical of him, really blew through them.
Yeah, that was one of the big concerns at the top of the tournament because he has to get through these easy matches to play the big boys. He's got a sore right shoulder that doesn't allow him to really pop that first serve, but he's scrambling, hitting passing shots like this.
And match point for Henman.
There's that slice backhand that he loves to hit deep into the corner, setting up his game, and that's out.
So it's another straight set match for Henman. He served and volleyed first and second serve all day long. He gets in 70% of his first serves. He had 12 aces. Broke serve 7 times, 42 winners into the round of 16 for the 8th straight year. And he really has a friendly draw as well. David Nalbandian, the finalist here last year, facing Carol Kuchera. This is the point of the day.
Both players scrambling with those grass court shoes on gives you a little bit more traction. Up at the net, back at the baseline.
Nalbandian in the far court.
He was a finalist last year, so he knows how to win on this surface, even though he's considered a clay courter. Great forehand cross court.
It was a 5-set epic. 4 hours and 23 minutes. Points like that, you can understand why.
This match was so long, his stencil got worn out. You know, like the promo stencil on his racket. Brutal.
And that's match point. Now Bandian is moving on. 9-1 Wimbledon record. The only Argentine still in the draw. Speaking of the draw, Max Mirny, that big-time serve, great contrast. Bjorkman, the return.
It's not Bjorn Borg, it's Bjorkman. Bjorkman's going to take that second serve from Mirny and get in his face. That's going to be solid.
Srichaphan and Roddick, they both love the spotlight.
And look at the popcorn match, Federer against Lopez. The guys in the locker room are going to be watching that one. Big heat.
And the bottom half of the draw, there he is. Now Bandian in against Henman. Now the British hope is still alive.
It's a tough draw because there are good players in that section. And then look at Popper. The Popper plays like Manute Bol and then Bugsy Mo.
It's the long and the short of it. Shortest and tallest. And then, of course, Philippoussis and Agassi. which we covered. And we just looked at in the top half of that draw, Andy Roddick. So much talk about how well he's serving, and yes, he is, but the truly great grass court players like Pete Sampras, who won here 7 times, they used the serve and volley. Well, Roddick has done that 3 times total in 3 matches.
And I was very concerned with that stat, but talking to Brad Gilbert, we all kind of huddled in the ESPN compound, and I expressed my concern, and he said, listen, I follow this guy. This whole grass court experience is new for even Brad Gilbert, the new coach, because he found out in the warm-up tournament in Queens that Andy Roddick won, was that when Andy Roddick makes mistakes with like coming to the net, he loses confidence. So what Brad Gilbert says was, we're going to stick with the A game. That is hitting the monster serve, going with the big forehand, and we're going to carry that to victory.
All right, the way Andy Roddick is rolling along, but with some of that inexperience, if you had to go one way or the other, Roddick, Agassi, which way would you lean?
I go with experience. I like the guy from Vegas because he gets the serve back into play. Anytime you can play good D, forehand return, backhand return, you're going to say to the rookie, hey, if they do meet in the final, the rookie against the veteran, I like the veteran.
Now, the round of 16 is set for the men. What about the ladies? We'll run through the biggest names, the best games when we come back. Wimbledon 2003, Day 6. Now can we get a little love for the ladies at Wimbledon on Day 6? We've spent 3 hours and 20 minutes mostly talking about the guys. Number 1 in the world, number 1 seed, Serena Williams, but it isn't really a case right now of Serena's here and the rest of the field is here. Lots of ladies with the weapons that could beat her.
Playing well, but in my opinion, it's Venus and Serena's show, because you look at the last 3.5 years, it's been all Williams. Venus won the first 2, Serena won last year, and then this year they're continuing to dominate. That center court is a very dangerous place for the rest of the women.
Right, and when I mentioned lots of ladies that could give her a real challenge, Laura Granville probably not quite yet in that category, and there's Dad taking pictures.
Granville is a future top 10 player in my opinion. Practices very hard, very tough mentally, but today it was all Serena Williams. Watch the direction on these ground strokes, and then looking to come in, adjust with the feet, and then go for the nice win.
I mean, just look at the difference. Serena, she's won 22 tournaments and 5 Grand Slams. Laura, her best effort, reaching the semis in Memphis. She's got a ways to go.
Absolutely. Look at that forehand winner. And you can start to see in the stats what Serena's trying to do. She had 17 forehand winners today, 6 backhand winners. So when she gets a forehand, watch this. Boom! She's trying to hit it for aggressive play.
Yeah, when Serena is dominant, she is dominant. And she's been working on her serve with Dad. You saw him. She gets in 67% of her first serves. Just 54 minutes, and Serena's happy to have that Sunday off. She could use a little rest. She assessed her game after the match.
I think I'm serving very well. I haven't hit a double fault today. So that was, I don't like to hit double faults. So I hate giving away a point like that. So I try not to hit him. And still, my serve was pretty fast on the second. So I'm pleased with my serving and the way I moved. I was moving a bit better.
She's pleased. Akiko Morigami, a good test for Jennifer Capriati.
Morigami hits the ball very flat. Watch where Morigami in the far court stays along the baseline. A little bit kind of American style of baseline play, but Capriati moving well. And you heard in that soundbite from Serena that she likes moving well. Well, so does every player. When you're moving well, you're playing well.
Capriati won the first set 6-4. It was a tight one, though. Here we are in the second set.
And what concerns me is Capriati's up and down service play. Only 2 aces here, 7 double faults. That's not going to cut it.
And match point for Capriati.
Watching Capriati practice a lot, and she's very determined and focused, not looking around and working on her game. Watch this. She finishes it off.
And she's trying to get more aggressive. She's looking for a little more confidence, but she has reached the round of 16 for the 4th straight year. Jennifer hasn't won a title since the Aussie Open in '02, so she likes the way she's playing. She's feeling good. She gets through this one in 85 minutes, and now she's looking forward to the next test.
I think it's looking good. I'm feeling good. I was happy to get a little bit of a tougher match today, and then I know my next match is going to be really tough against Messina, and I think that's probably to my advantage. You know, that I just don't have these easy blowout matches, and then when the tough one comes, it's like, you know, playing it for the first time and still a little bit rusty. So, and not as match tough. So. You know, at least I know Messina very well, and I've played her a lot of times, and, you know, it's going to be a tough match.
Jennifer knows Anastasia Messina. Now you will, too. Facing Conchita Martinez. The vet usually pulls some tricks out of her bag, but not today against Messina.
Well, you know, Martinez is a former champion here, so she understands that the slices and the big topspin can work on this grass court. But this girl is so solid. Hits the ball nice and flat, very fluid, beautiful to watch.
Messina took the first set 6-3, and this is the second set.
Watch Messina's depth. Slice on the forehand, and now here. Good footwork, good balance, and then ripping passing shot. Very good all-court play.
And this is match point for Messina.
See, very flat, and flat shots are tough to return on grass courts because the ball doesn't bounce.
And Messina into the round of 16. She came up with 16 winners. She converted 7 of 12 break chances, only 11 unforced errors. Conchita, 29, and that's why she will not be moving on. The young guns, Jelena Dokic and Maria Sharapova. What a surprise she has been in this Wimbledon, her Wimbledon debut.
Battle of the ponytails. Okay, let's see. We got better length, nice conditioner in that one. Okay, now let's get to the action.
Yeah, the prize fighters are at it here.
Sharapova is very tall, so what does she do on grass courts? She bends at the knees to stay low for these balls, and she's striking the ball with lots of confidence.
Yeah, she loves to play the baseline.
But see, look at where she's at. Staying right on that baseline, hitting it down the line. Again, the down-the-line winner has been effective for a lot of the players here.
Sharapova took the first set 6-4, and she was just cruising.
It's all coming together for this girl. This big service.
She may be just as surprised as everyone else. She's now 9-1 on grass, yet to drop a set. She needed a wild card to get in. She played the big points really well, like she's been out there for 10 years as she storms into the round of 16.
When I went on the court, I thought maybe I would be nervous because of all the people, and I knew it was a big show court. But I went out there, and I enjoyed myself so much. Everyone was just around you, supporting you. Everyone was absolutely great.
Now here's a lady very used to the show court. French Open champ Justine Henin-Ardenne facing Alicia Molik.
Justine Henin working on balance all the time, whether coming in or staying from the backcourt. Here, showing the ability to hit top-spin lobs. She showed it in Paris, winning the French Open, now here at Wimbledon.
And this is late in that second set. And Ardenne had a little bit of a challenge in this match.
And like Capriati said, you don't want cruises all the time because you feel rusty when the tough ones come.
You can see there, Henin-Ardenne has more than just a great backhand. She's got all the shots. She wins in 64 minutes, 19 winners. Injury update on that left hand. She says it's not really getting any better, but the good news is it's not getting worse, and she's getting used to the tape that's on it.
She never has to use it. She's right-handed. I mean, you just throw the toss up. Big deal.
The veteran Mary Pierce, she's making her comeback, taking on Lisa Raymond. Good contrast and styles.
MP, you know, veteran, Grand Slam winner in the past. Attacked the net a lot in this match, showing her size around the net can be extremely effective.
Now, Pierce lost the first set and rallied her way back. This is the third set.
Now, Lisa Raymond is a gator from, you know, University of Florida. She knows how to play on this surface with a nice slice backhand, but it was Mary Pierce consistently moving forward.
And Mary Pierce takes it. She'll move on to the round of 16. For the first time since 1999, Mary Pierce is back in action. It's good to see her here. Pierce with 41 winners, 23 of 32 at the net.
Good balance. It's just outstanding.
That's kind of unusual for her to come in that much, too, isn't it?
But she knew that was the tactic because Raymond was coming after her.
So let's see how the women stand in the round of 16. There's Serena against Elena Dementieva in the battle of the big forehands.
Russian, and then you got another Russian versus the United States. It's like, you know, Olympic boxing back in the day. You know, you got the Soviets versus the Americans. But this is going to be good because all these players have a potential to hold up that plate at the end.
Yeah, good test for Capriati. How about two French Open champs, an old and a new, Henin and Pierce, and then, as you mentioned, those Russian up-and-comers. Bottom half of the draw, we're going to have to see just how well Lindsay Davenport is truly playing.
Does she have the confidence to move on this service? She's hitting the ball well, but can she get there?
Venus Williams wants payback for that French loss.
It looks so weird with the number 4 seed next to her, doesn't it? It just doesn't feel right.
Farina, Elias, Suarez, the crafty veterans. Well, plenty of great tennis ahead. Where do you start when you want to talk about these ladies? I mean, I guess it has to be Serena and Venus. Dominating, intimidating.
Yeah, so many times everything comes down to footwork and serving because Serena says in her press conference that if I'm serving well, everything clicks. 7 aces, 0 double faults. She doesn't like to give away the freebies, and when that happens, it puts a lot of pressure on her opponents.
You expect that domination from the American ladies, Venus, Serena, Lindsay, and Jennifer. They haven't lost a set, but then if you look at those Russian women, 5 left, they haven't lost a set either. And it's our highlight of the day, the Cadillac Royal Point. And we return to David Nalbandian showing it wasn't a fluke. He's back again.
I mean, this match is over. It's the longest match in the tournament so far. Between the legs, that's a dangerous shot. Nalbandian in the far court was a finalist last year. He knows how to play. And watch this. Big forehand cross court. That's a weapon.
And it is our Cadillac Royal Point. What a great week of tennis it's been. Week 1 of Wimbledon is in the books. We'll be back tomorrow night for our review and preview, and of course, coverage all week long of Week 2. This has been a presentation of ESPN, the worldwide leader in sports. For more on Wimbledon, log on to ESPN.com. For our entire crew, thanks for watching.